Assalamu alaikum and hi, my name's Adil. I just wanted to thank Asad Raza from Digital Brains as he's asked me to speak about a few words and have a few words and just discuss why I've come back to Pakistan and what I'm working on. So basically I was born in Lahore, I was born in Pakistan in 1990, and when I was 9 months old my parents took me to Ireland. And after that I lived in the UK, and I've lived predominantly in the UK for 26 years before returning back to Pakistan at the end of 2017. Now, before returning back, I had finished my PhD, which was on biofuel, so getting non-edible crops, waste oils, transforming them into biodiesel. But what's brought me back predominantly are a number of things. One thing is I had hit the ceiling in the UK. What I mean by that is I had achieved everything that I had set out to do. I was blessed. I got a first-class degree in chemical engineering with business management. Had an award from the largest chemical corporation on the planet, BASF. Did my PhD, and not only that, I was awarded a special award from the president of the university for the top 3% of researchers. Speaking to my professors and my co-supervisors, they had admitted that I'd achieved everything that there was out there to do for my age. So, and now it was just a matter of 1 to N, which is basically being repetitive, doing the same thing again and again. So I needed a bigger challenge, and what's brought me back to Pakistan was the social entrepreneurship opportunities that there were in this land. So, being a chemical engineer, scientific researcher with my PhD, a social entrepreneur, a life coach and a naturopath, and also an author now of a book which you can find on Amazon called The Ultimate Bioreactor. I was blessed to have achieved whatever there was, so I needed a bigger challenge essentially. So that's how I had hit the ceiling. In the UK, for me, what the dreams that I had, I wasn't able to materialize them. Even in Europe to a certain extent. Asia offered the greatest opportunity, and hence why I came back. Now, what am I doing back in Pakistan? So, I had 2 enterprises that were 2 spin-out companies from a social enterprise that I set up in the UK at the University of Manchester, which was called Bioengineering Research Enterprise Community. From that, the 2 spin-out companies that came about were called Bioeconomy Consultancy and the Academy of Champions. So the Academy of Champions is the life coaching branch, which I was offering to PhD and master students whilst I was at the university. And the Bioeconomy Consultancy was much more technical, but it was what was one of my main aspirations and my dream, to produce a bioeconomy in Pakistan whereby we didn't need to rely on oil producing countries anymore. So we didn't have to beg Saudi Arabia for oil and other oil producing countries. And the other thing was we didn't have to rely on aid. We could become self-sufficient using our own natural resources, because Pakistan and the Asian subcontinent is known for its agriculture, its fertile land. So and I did some calculations, and long story short, based on one metric, Asia had the largest bioeconomy potential. So that was one key driver there to bringing me back. And the other thing was Academy of Champions, inspiring and empowering the next generation of social entrepreneurs. I wanted to do it in a way that was done during the time of the Ottomans, in the Ottoman Empire. So basically, whereby no fish would be forced to fly and no bird would be forced to swim. So I designed an entire curriculum using history, science, philosophy and spirituality, combining those huge areas. I designed a curriculum whereby I teach personal development, leadership development and business development. Now, those are 2 projects that I brought with me from the UK into Pakistan, and they're running. at the moment, so since Ramadan, which just ended, since then, I have been working on 2 projects. One actually early on this year as well, beginning of this year, there was one called Bio Valley. So Bio Valley essentially is helping people and helping the society, creating a microcosm of things relying on nature. So bringing things back to natural disposition. Because in Pakistan especially, I've noticed that things are all over the place. I mean, there's something not right with the milk, the food is nutritionless, everyone wants a quick fix. So we're promoting things like the organic food sector, the alternative healing arts like acupuncture, Reiki, hijama, cupping, aromatherapy. So we were basically reviving the natural arts, traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, a lot Ayurveda. So a lot of these ancient arts were reviving because the other thing that has been going on, and which I've mentioned in my book, The Ultimate Bioreactor, is that a lot of people are complaining about chronic illnesses, but when they go to the allopathic doctors, the doctors give them medicine, but no one seems to be cured by the medicine. Rather, 5 to 10 years down the line, due to the side effects, they're on more medication. So the proof is in the pudding that the medication do not work. So we're reviving natural healing arts, we're reviving this organic food sector. I'm trying to revive pottery, so trying to, begging is quite the norm in Pakistan, and I would like to eradicate that and poverty by basically micro enterprises and getting people to use what their talents, natural talents are. So handicraft, pottery, woodwork, so reviving those, reviving our legacy and heritage, and also entertainment, not using hard beats, for example, in sounds, and using more harmonious tunes. So there's a lot. Bio Valley is a big project, and then very recently I've launched a project called the United Islamic Nations, whereby I've highlighted the key issues which I believe that the Ummah, the nation, the Islamic Muslims as a whole are facing. And I'm going to propose solutions there, but I'm going to collaborate with Muslim businessmen and organizations that have the same belief sets and core values. And we're going to look to voice out our concerns in the most peaceful manner possible. So this is what I'm working on. Sounds like a hell of a lot, and it is, but I enjoy doing it. And also on top of that, I'm an assistant professor at UET, which is something that I joined at the beginning of this Ramadan. So I'm working on a lot, but it's exciting times, and I hope we can work together. And actually, on that note, Digital Brains, I just want to thank Asad then, because there will be a lot of opportunities to work with me, especially on alternate currencies. Something that I'm very passionate about is cryptocurrency, in particularly intrinsically backed cryptocurrency. This is the secret, this is the key. Cryptocurrency in and of itself can be questionable, but if it's intrinsically backed, there are no questions in my opinion. So we need to develop a bit dinar, a bit dirham system. So any of you that have that skill set, please do get in touch with me, because it's the need of the hour. And I'll try my best to allocate some time to work with you guys. So thank you, Asad, again. Thank you, Digital Brains, and I wish you all the best.